Hello everyone, Michael here from TOAMagic.com, and today we're going to be on a buying trip. But as you can tell, it's a little bit snowy out, and the car we're driving needs a new battery. So we're going to be going to upstate New York, Hudson Valley area. We have two different deals for a Black Lotus, one each, and then we have another store that we're going to be trading some inventory with. So let's get to it. So it turns out it takes a little bit of work to get a car out of the snow in this kind of weather, but we did get the van out. It is turned around, so we're going to be heading out. It's about 11 o'clock now, about an hour later than we really wanted to, but we have about 2 hours to go until our first stop in New York. All right, so we just made our first stop. We picked up the first Black Lotus. Let's go ahead and take a look at that Lotus. We have it right here. We'll take it out later and really look at it, but you know, he said, "Oh, hey, do you want to go inside and take a look at this?" Because we're out in the parking lot. I'm like, not really. I mean, this is a destroyed Black Lotus. Like, I know exactly what I'm getting. There's no condition discrepancy on it. This is as low grade as it gets, and you know, somebody will be happy to shuffle this for the next 10 years. So that's stop one. We're going to go ahead and make stop two to get a second Lotus, and I'll see you back in about another hour of driving or so. All right, so we're at a mall food court where I just picked up the second Lotus today. So this is Lotus number 2. Reasonably nice in the front. Back's a little bit rough, but it's still playable. Still pretty desirable. We do have 2 in our hand now. Bought some other cars with it. Nothing super exciting. The French Tolarian Academy, we paid 70 on that. Cheapest on TCG is like about 100. Flipping through the rest of the deck, there's just some generic storm cards. These are completely worthless now. It's kind of incredible. The only noteworthy cards in the rest of the deck were these 2 Alpha Islands. They're both kind of destroyed, but even in the shape, they're probably still 40 bucks each. We paid 25, so we get to make a little bit of extra profit. We kind of just covered dinner for the night or so off of the extra cars we bought here. We're gonna head back to the car and wrap this up and get down to the last place on this buying trip. All right, so now we're on the last stage of our trip. We're at the Rift Comics and Collectibles here in Peekskill, New York. So let's go and check it out. The deal we set up in advance was selling them some overstock manga we got from a store buyout a little while ago, and in exchange we're picking up a bunch of Magic bulk and comics. Just gonna go take a quick walk around. A lot of graphic novels. They said they don't do back issues too much anymore, but only do newer comics and subscriptions in particular. They showed their new comic section I'll get to in a minute. A lot of board games though. Typical selection of Ultra Pro deck boxes and binders. And they said manga's been doing really well for them, so it looks like they have a big section already, and we're going to be able to add to it. I'll get to the breakdown of the deal we actually did in a little while. But this is store for the most part. A lot of video games as well. Video games has been one of the really hot categories over the pandemic. Well, I think everything's been pretty solid. And then here is their new comic section, which you can, this is kind of what we're seeing in a lot of stores now, where it's basically everything that came out in the past month or 2 months, but really only focusing on the really iconic stuff, the really popular stuff, and not having too much beyond that. All right, we're back at TOA Magic headquarters. Let's take a look at what we bought and get it all unloaded. Looks like everything made the trip reasonably well. It was a pretty substantial pile in the back of the van. Ended up being about 30 boxes of comics and a similar number of 5 rows of Magic. So let's go ahead and get that unloaded. so that is one pallet of comics. Let's take a look and see what we bought. Now, for the most part, all these boxes are kind of heavy. It's mostly going to be modern era in some fashion. Generally past 20 or so years. They sell a lot of this just collection buying that they've done, though. So it's going to be kind of all over the place. Does that look good? Oh, look at that. This is a $100 first appearance of... I want to say Carol Danvers. We'll edit that out.
I can't read it from here, I'm sorry.
But suffice to say, very valuable first appearance right in the first box. This looks like DC material right off the shelf from a couple months ago. Just the trouble with carrying new comics is that whatever doesn't sell ends up getting dumped off in lots like this. For the most part, we're gonna put a lot of this out for $1 a book, though, and we'll sell through maybe a quarter of it or so if we're lucky. All right, so we just got the truck unloaded. We have a 250,000 Magic cards here. It is 39 5-row boxes. Obviously, these are going to be a little bit tougher to dig into here. Hope to find something cool. But, you know, we'll go through these over the next couple weeks and figure out what's in them. Probably won't ever make it to a video because it's really unlikely we're going to find anything super crazy from Magic in here. My guess is we'll probably pull $500 or $1,000 worth of sellable cards out that'll go online and eventually turn into money again. But, you know, we don't get rich buying bulk. Mostly it just fills up the van while we drive. Hello everyone, we are back from our trip. Let's take a look at what we bought. First we have this unlimited Lotus. Relatively nice overall, definitely playable, but it does have this A etched in the surface. We're going to see if we can do anything about that, but the hard lines are a little bit annoying. Did make it a lot cheaper though. This top corner is a little bit blunted, as well as this bottom corner. The back is what you'd expect with generic heavily played card, reasonable amount of edge wear, some minor indentations in the surface where the A is, but nothing too insane overall. We picked this up for $9,500. We're going to be looking to put it online for $11,500 and see how that goes. If you are interested in any of these cards, you're welcome to get in touch with us in the comments or via email. Our contact information is at the end of the video. This is the second unlimited Lotus we bought. This one is a healthy amount nicer. We paid $11,000 for this. The back has a little bit more pronounced edge wear on the actual edges of the card, but the body or the surface in general is nicer. Definitely a much higher quality card. Unfortunately, because we paid more for this one, in terms of margin, we're probably going to be making a similar amount of money. We're into this for 11, and we're going to be putting it out for 14. Well, I'm now safely back home. I wanted to thank everyone for watching. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this type of video. I have a couple trips booked already for some more cool things to buy. So if this is something that you want to see me do more often, I definitely want to do it. If you're interested in buying any of the cards that were featured on this episode, go ahead and message us on YouTube, shoot us an email, or message me directly on Twitter. All that contact information is on screen now. Thank you for watching.